Hey guys, doing? Dustin Mosley here, Proformance Sports Academy. Today we're going to give you guys the instructional video of how to use our Proprio throwing program. So what is Proprio throwing program? Proprioception is your body's awareness in space. We created this throwing program inside so that way we can use the velocity boards rather than distance for our intensity. All right, so let's just kind of talk about it. What you'll see here, this color-coded sheet here has numbers on it. So if I come over here to the orange, if my power shuffle is 90 miles an hour, power shuffle, what is that? Just shuffling my feet, making my throw. What else you could use is your mound velocity if you don't know your power shuffle just yet. You're just getting started in the throwing program, your arm's not quite in shape. We'll use 90 miles an hour, and then off of this, it's all percentage based. So here's the throwing program. So we'll see week 1, day 1, 65% for 3 minutes if it's just me doing it, or 24 throws. What we found out is that if you're rocking and rolling, it's about 8 throws per minute, okay? So what does that look like? So if I start my timer, or I'm just gonna use a quantity of throws, I'm gonna grab my ball, 65% of 90 miles an hour is 59, and I'm gonna step on my tape. My toe is gonna be on the tape. The tape is gonna run through the center of my left foot as a right-hander. As a left-hander, it'd be the opposite. And all we're gonna do at 65% is step and throw. Which target are we aiming for? Well, early on, if you're outside doing your long toss program, you're gonna hit your partner in the chest, right? So we're gonna aim for the bottom target. So all I'm gonna do is shoot for 59. I'm at 49, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slowly work up to that speed. By the end of those 24 throws, I should be at 59 miles an hour. All right, I'm at 49, I hit my target, that's good. All right, I'm working my way up. That was a quick workup, right? You don't have to work that fast. You have 24 total throws or 3 minutes to work into the velocity that we're shooting for. Once you get there, let's say that I get there pretty quick, that 65% is pretty easy, all right? Boom, I wanna stay within 2 miles an hour of the intended velocity that I've been asked to throw on our throwing program. So if it's 59, I want to be between 57, 58, 59, or 60, 61, somewhere in there, 2 miles an hour from that 59. But the best thing and most important thing that I want to do is make sure my toe is on the tape runs through the center of my left foot, I'm nice and closed, and I do what? I hit my target every single time. So that's 1 mile an hour, a little higher than I want to be. I'll just bring it back. So what we're doing is we're creating feel, proprioception, awareness of your body in space, feel of my hand. We see a lot of times guys can throw hard, or girls throw hard really well, but they have a tough time making those soft throws. Maybe it's a pickoff. Maybe it's something where you just have to toss it to first base or home plate instead of burning your catcher out or your first baseman out. They'll really appreciate if you have better feel. So that is the early idea, concept of how we follow this throwing program. Now we're gonna get into it. All right guys, so we've completed our throwing progression at 65%, and now we jump 10% through every throw. This is for the throwing program for healthy arms. If it's our rehab program, sometimes we'll just only increase by 5%, but with this one, getting you prepared for the season, whether spring or fall, this is where we want to be. We want to jump 10%. So we were at 65%, which was 59 miles an hour. Now I'm going to move to 75% off of 90 miles an hour, which is 68 miles an hour, okay? Again, at 65 and 75%, I'm just going to step and throw. How am I going to do it? Make sure that I'm on the tape, my toes on the tape runs through the center of my left foot. Coaches, make sure your kids follow this. This is going to get them to the good posture that they need to be. When they finish the throw, they should be able to finish it balanced and not falling off one side to the other, right? So now we're working up to our speed. All right, we're 59, we're continuing to progress through it. That right there is not a good throw. That's better. We want to hit the target. Our focus for these kids or adults or young men, young women, is to hit the target. Command is key. There's not a place on the field that I don't have to make a throw that I want to hit someone right in the chest so we can relay a throw. If you can do that, if you can make quality throws and hit targets, not only is it going to help with pitching, it's going to help the entire team get better, get earlier outs, quicker outs, some things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to do, okay? So we want to focus on our throwing. As we've heard, hit someone in the chest. We want to hit the target when we're inside. Coaches, you guys can run 4 or 5 players on each side, so 2 different cages, the way we got it set at Proformance, and you've got them rolling. You got someone using the clicker, they're following the amount of quantity of throws, and we're working on it every single time. As a coach, when I'm watching my guys, hey, get your front side up. Hey, keep your head back. Hey, get your feet moving. All those things you're watching through the process of it to help those guys and girls with those cues to make good quality throws. All right, so 65 or 75%, we're working through it. All right, and I keep progressing up to it. Now, when I hit 85%, which is going to be 77 miles an hour, I'm going to now shuffle my feet. Same thing, toes on the tape runs through the center of my left foot if I'm right-handed, opposite if I'm left-handed. Now I'm gonna move my feet. I'm gonna continue to progress through those throws. I'm at 71. My intended speed is 77. 69, all right, I went backwards a little bit. That's okay, I've got 24 throws to get where I need to get to. There we go, and we just keep progressing up to that speed. More and more intensity using my lower half, hitting the target. What part of the target do we want the kids aiming for? The yellow. We want bullseye every single time. We want to create feel out of their hand. As we move through this, you guys get to week 5, you'll be at 100% on your throws. Then we're trying to get to that number that we started with. So mine was 90 on the power shuffle. I want to try to get at least 90. Keep my journal, have a notepad for the coaches, keeping the numbers. Each week that you do this and you're at 100%, let them challenge themselves, compete against each other, turn some music on, and see if they can't beat the speed that they had the previous week. What's that look like? 1 mile an hour is huge. It's a huge gain. So make sure that the focus is getting their posture set, making sure they're hitting their target, and make sure they stay within 2 miles an hour of the intended speed that we're looking for.